Welcome to the quietest ones in the room with your host, Trey. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I wanted to come and talk to you about something that I personally have been experiencing. And maybe you've experienced it yourself. You're probably further along in your journey. Maybe you haven't even started your journey. And you have a lot of things running through your mind. What I really want to talk about in this video is sobriety. Um, Everyone has their challenges. For some, it's alcohol. For some, it's illicit drugs, whatever it may be. For me, it was alcohol. I was drinking non-stop for years, and about a year ago, I just had enough. I decided that I was going to go strictly cold turkey and not drink anymore. And since that time, I've experienced a lot of different emotions. Physically, I've experienced a lot of different changes. I was 20 pounds overweight, essentially, from drinking over the years. And after I stopped drinking, it took about 2 months to shed off those 20 pounds and get back to, I'd likely say, my best weight. So I went through that physical change and even the mental change of, I feel like my memory was restored, my thought process was restored. I started to get my energy back. I started to see my optimism about a lot of different things coming back, my future plans and what I wanted to achieve. I started to get that ambition and that energy back. And I saw the physical changes for me begin taking place almost immediately, but certainly I saw my physical body start to improve. I'd probably say about 4 to 6 months after I stopped drinking alcohol. And I thought to myself, man, I'm really making progress. I'm feeling so much better. But after about, between the 6 to 9 months and then, it almost being a year of being sober, I started to really recognize that although I felt like my body was improving drastically, there's still so much further to go. And excuse me. And what I've realized is it takes longer than I even thought in terms of how long it takes for your body to recover. And so I still have, ailments in terms of sometimes my body's ache, sometimes my legs feel just cold. So I think over the years of drinking alcohol, it certainly affected my nerves and my legs. And issues that I didn't have before I started drinking, I now have. Sometimes it's my back bothering me. And that might be associated with other things, but I feel like my recovery time, if I do something physical that's straining to my body, I feel like my recovery time is a lot slower than it used to be. And I think that's a product of me drinking alcohol for as long as I did daily for years. And this video is about my personal experience. And I'm curious, what have you been experiencing through your sobriety journey? What steps have you taken, after you have changed course in your life and, started to do better for yourself? what type of things you might be doing, things you plan to do to get your body back to where it used to be, to get yourself, in a better place physically. And I just didn't anticipate that it would take as long as it has been taking to get back to a place where I feel really great. I feel better, but I don't quite feel great yet. There are days where I have stretches where I just feel incredible. And then there are days, and sometimes it can be a week where I feel shitty. My body's just hurting. It's maybe I come on, a cold comes on or something like that, or I just don't always feel physically great. But mentally, I feel sharper. I feel like that has been improving so much as well. And I'm so excited about, hitting that year mark and hitting that 2 year mark and, continue to see how I physically bounce back and mentally bounce back from, I'd say, poisoning myself for years. And, it's a journey that I went through personally, and I mean, talking about alcohol, a journey that I went through personally drinking because of some loss I had in my life, with my mother passing away. And that really affected me. And I thought to mask that loss and depressive space I was in, alcohol was the best solution to help me, for think about her, but then also forget a lot of different things and help me cope with different things that I was experiencing. And coming up out of that and getting to a better place, through the grace of God, I'm certainly grateful that I was able to come out of that and, make a new path for myself, get back to a lot of who I was before I started drinking and also create a new version of myself. And so I really want to come, I wasn't going to make this a long video, but I really want to come and ask you guys questions about, how has your journey been as you've become sober? If you're still struggling with, a substance, why are you still struggling? What do you think it's going to take for you to come up out of that? Do you need support? Like, what is it that you believe you need? Why do you engage with whatever it is that you've concluded, and you've concluded that it's not good for you, it's not healthy for you mentally or physically? Why do you do it? And it's also about understanding that, sometimes we want quick fixes in life when we've been in a space where we've been damaging ourselves. We want like an instant win. The win is, quitting, but the win of getting your body back to where it needs to be and your mental back where it needs to be, that takes time. It can take years. And that's something that I think a lot of people should know. And I'm specifically going to say with alcohol, specifically know that when you drink alcohol, what it's really doing to your body. And you can actually drink it so much that the recovery process may never happen because you can damage your body that much where it could never recover from the pain, and the trauma you put it through. So I wish that was something that I would have known. I don't think I got to that point myself where, I'm not able to recover, but I would certainly feel for anyone who got to that space and would like to hear anybody who's been in that space or is currently in that space or knows someone in that space where there is no recovery for them in terms of the physical. And that story, I think, isn't told as often as it should be. But, for anyone out there, again, who is quitting, stay encouraged, keep working on yourself, keep eating right, keep surrounding yourself with people who are positive influence in your life, you know, keep, just keep, just keep keeping on, I guess I'd say, just keep keeping on. And again, just understand that the most important thing was that you got started on this new journey, and where you're headed is better than where you've ever been. And you're likely a positive influence for those around you to come up out of things that they've been struggling with. So, with that being said, again, if you're listening and you have experiences in this area, maybe you don't, and you still want to maybe share an encouraging word for those that might be struggling, and thoughts about what people can do, please share. But stay encouraged, stay blessed. Until next time.